Hi guys, Rachel here. Lesson number 2. Your Facebook page is your storefront for your business. You want to pay attention to what you're posting and make sure that it's going to draw in the people you want to work with and that want to work with you. So a couple of tips here. Be mindful of the content that you are posting. Make sure that it's going to add value to your potential followers, your potential challengers, your potential coaches' lives. Make sure that it's good quality post that's going to draw them in and make them want to follow you. So don't just post, oh, it's a bright sunny day today. Post, it's a beautiful sunny day today. I get to spend it outside with my children thanks to Beachbody. Those little tweaks that say, because of Beachbody, I'm able to do this, which is great. Make that value for them. Make sure you're using really good quality pictures of yourself. And when you're any photo you're posting, make sure it's good quality, whether it's of yourself, of your children, your family. When you're out on a walk or run and you're inspired by the scenery and you take a photo, make sure it's a good quality photo before you post it. Many coaches, myself included, will take 1,000 selfies before we find the one that is just right. Make sure your lighting is good. Make sure you don't have any funny shadows. Make sure what's behind you is clean and good, which is why I'm sitting right here, because this is one of the clean spots in my house after the tornadoes Macaulay and Tripp have come through. So just make sure you pay attention to those details. If you have to take 1,000 photos, take 1,000 photos. There's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure they're good photos before you post them. Now, they don't have to be professional quality, because God knows I'm not a professional photographer. I'm still working on my selfie skills. But really pay attention to everything when you take that photo before you post it. Make sure it looks good. In addition to that, if there is a quote that you see on Pinterest, that you see another coach share, that you read in a book that really speaks to you and you feel moved to post about it, take a good photo that you've taken of yourself, your family, scenery, etc. Add that quote to it using the tools that you've learned in yesterday's lesson with the photo editing apps. Add that quote to your photo and post it. Makes it more personable. People will be drawn to you because they'll see, here's that photo of you. This draws them to you, and here's information of substance that's really going to connect you with them. Try to stay away from negative posts. Try not to post negative at all, ever. I know Facebook is so easy to post, oh, I had a horrible day, and just kind of vent and just get it off your chest. We all do it. We all have those bad days when we just want to scream at the world. But if you're posting that every day, people are going to be turned off from wanting to work with you. They're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to want to follow you because all you're posting is horrible, nasty, awful things. If you need to post a negative, follow it with a positive. So, I'm having this horrible, awful day, but this good thing happened. So, I could post, oh my gosh, my children are sick. It's horrible, awful. It's off. I'm run down. It's awful. But because of Beachbody, I'm able to be home with my sick children. I don't have to answer to my boss who's upset that I'm not at work because my children are sick. So kind of spin it that way. Make sure that you're following up a negative with a positive so that it's not just negative, negative, negative. You're showing that there's positive things. When you post, you're going to realize too, as you get more into this business, that there is a right time for you to post. Now, that's going to change week to week, month to month. What you post today at 11 o'clock and get 100 likes or comments on, next month, first Monday of the month at 11 o'clock, you may get 10 likes. So it's going to change. You just kind of have to remember that when you're posting, pay attention to when you seem to get a lot of traction, when your target market is on Facebook most, and it will be there to interact with you. So if your target market is moms of new babies, most moms of new babies are going to be up middle of the night or early morning. So posting at 11 o'clock in the morning isn't really going to get to them as much as posting at 6 o'clock in the morning may get to them. And vice versa. If you're, posting for the newlywed or the newly engaged following, you're probably not going to see very many of them up at 4, 5, 6 a.m. unless they're going to work. You're going to see them up later in the day. You're going to see them more active on Facebook later in the day. Just really pay attention to when they're active, and that's when you'll want to post. Additionally, you want to make sure you're posting at least 3 times a day. You're going to want to post something personal, something fitness related, and something motivational. Aim for those. There are days I don't get all 3 of those, but I do post at least 3 times a day. You can post way more than that. Try not to do every hour because then people just kind of get bored with what you're posting. But there's no real thing as too many posts. There's too few. People will lose you in their newsfeed if you're not posting. So just keep that in mind too when you're getting ready to post. Also, make sure that when you go to do a post, that you really think about what you're going to post. A lot of times we have these different ideas in our heads of what we want to post. And when you write it out, it doesn't sound as good as it did in your head. So before you just click post, really think about what you're saying in that post. Make sure that what your message that you want to get across is coming across. I'm guilty of a lot of times. I will have an idea in my head and I type it out and it doesn't sound the way that I wanted it to. And I will sit and analyze that thing over and over and over again until I feel like it's just right. It may take a few hours, but that post is going to do what I want it to do. On the flip side, don't overanalyze that post. Because I've also been guilty of where I will sit and look at that post for hours on end, and then I just don't feel like it's right to post it. And I've lost a chance to post a potentially perfect status. Please stop. Sorry, guys, I've got a 5-year-old interrupting me. Last, when you post a status, try not to make it a 5-paragraph long status. Nobody is going to go through and click that little see more on their phone as they're scrolling through Facebook to read your 5-paragraph status. Unless they A, have been following you for a very long time and know that you post quality statuses, or B, are drawn into that status by those first 2 sentences that they read. If you don't have either of those, try to stick away from very long posts because people are not going to want to read them. They're not going to stick around. They're not going to comment. I try to stay with the longer posts twice a month. I don't do them every day. I don't do them every week. Once or twice a month, because I know people just want that quick get to know you status, and then I can expand out further a couple times a month. Also, when you do those posts, don't post message me. Don't do it. Main reason, Facebook did not establish their profiles so that you would run a business from it. So Facebook filters all of their posts. If they see that message me, they filter those statuses out. So not as many people on your friends list are going to see your statuses. Try to stick away from that. People know how to get a hold of you. People know that there's that message button. They can get a hold of you at any point. It's really just about getting them interacting. And once they've commented or liked your status, you can reach out to them. Don't do it. You want people to see your statuses. I hope I got everything in this. I've done this video a few times tonight because I keep losing it. And if you guys have any questions, let us know.